Good evening, all of you. So we are celebrating the 12th International Day of Yoga. Manushi Institute of Yoga organizing the international conference. So in this year, we are celebrating Yoga for Healthy Aging. Why yoga is a more important, everyone know. But how we can live healthy even if we have the geriatric period or even the after 50, 60, even nowadays it needed. Now aging started from the 30 itself. Those days and all, heart disease or any diabetes and all, people are maybe they're getting for the above 55 or 60 only. Nowadays, even the people are have the any heart disease or diabetes and all, they started from the even 30 also. So how the yoga helping for the this healthy aging? Because the more important uh, in our body, there are the producing for the enough medicine. That's why our institute name we called Manushi Institute of Yoga. Manushi Institute of Yoga means administrative drugs within. God given for the enough biochemicals, neurochemical in our body. How we can use that medicine for the naturally. So that only the yoga helping for that one. How we can align with the nature. That is a more important. So 1998, one person they received the Nobel Prize for the nitric oxide. Why the so many people they suffering the heart disease mean? Before that, they say mainly for the LDL cholesterol, they have the fat, bad cholesterol and all. After the 1998, he received the Nobel Prize. He says the main cause for the nitric oxide. The natural medicine, it produced by the two places in our body. One is our blood vessels, that is the endothelium cells. Another place we called it in the nose. There are sinuses is there it produce. That's why when you do for the like a pranayama practices, like an Adisodhana, Brahmari, automatically we can increase that nitric oxide. That will mainly for the prevent the heart disease. So easily if you do the daily for the 10 minutes breathing, we can get the easily for the prevent for the heart disease. Second one, a lot of people nowadays they are talking about the protein and all. Okay, so the most of the protein the produced by the our body, even for the they called myokinesis, even the muscles are producing. If you have the daily, if you do the some asanas, maybe simple asana or anything, if you are move the muscles, it produce for the cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means a small protein. When you are move our body, so automatically the cytokinesis it produce. It will change our DNA as well as our protein also. That's why it will helping for the making the healthy also. Okay, simple movement, it making for our muscles and bones healthy. And second one, if you do the daily pranayama, it helping for the nitric acid, it good for our cardiovascular system. Third, nowadays is mainly for the metabolic. So we have to know about the intelligence of the metabolism, how the metabolic intelligence working. Because if you want metabolic, because if you're coming for the diabetes or obesity or fatty liver, everything coming for the under the metabolism only. So which are the important thing? One is nowadays they are giving for the GLP-1, another they given for the serotonin, another they called the dopamine. So these are the main important for the even insulin. These are the hormone important for the regulating our metabolism. That's why in the morning, the pleasurable stretch, if you do the sun salutation or asanas, we can get the enough serotonin because 90% serotonin produced by the our small intestine only. That's why daily, if you morning, you stretch. That's why other than human being, every animals they do for the morning, they have their own activity. They stretch the body and based on that only our ancient sage and saints they given for the asanas, even the name also animals name. So if you are performing the asana, we are producing for the serotonin. When if you are producing that one, automatically it will regulate for the our gut and brain through the vagus nervous system. So in the our 21st century, everybody we are running fastly. When we are running fastly morning to evening, the sympathetic tone only the dominate. We not have the enough time for the relaxation. Even Sunday also. Okay, today Sunday we can't relax. Okay, so that's why the parasympathetic stimulation we can't get for the stimulate. That's why when you go for the do the asanas or yoga nidra or meditation, easily we can able to tone up our vagus nervous system, which one connect our gut and brain. Because compared to the brain, the gut have the more neurons. Brain they have the 100 billion neuron mean the gut have the 500 million neurons. That's why how we are using for the our gut brain. So that is a second things is a more important. There only the lot of hormone which one helping for the regulating the metabolism it producing. And next one is nowadays the dopamine. Everybody the addict more excess in the dopamine. That is a problem because often they are seeing the reels so easily they are increasing the dopamine. That's why nowadays they have the program for the detox the dopamine. Okay, so why we are getting for the dopamine due to the stimulation of the external thing, the problem for the everybody want for the something for the reward. So we are not receiving the any reward, expectation of the reward. So automatically when some see the some reels, some people if you get something for the good scenery and all, easily the brain won't feel the difference for the that is another person or we are. Okay, so he accept the reality as it is what we see. So automatically the dopamine will be increased. Anything if you increase also the problem, decrease also problem. If you decrease the dopamine, the people are getting the Parkinson. The increase the problem, again there we get the problem. That is why we have to understand the if you want for the proper health or if you want up to last minute, if you want healthy, so the yoga is helping for the every way. Maybe asanas, pranayama, meditation, even if you go further, even because in our life, we always asking the question, why it happening for me? There is a no answer for the why, but our philosophy given the answer for what we have to do. If something happened, we can't tell the what the reason. Even if you go for the any disease or any problem in your life, we can't find the answer. But philosophy given for the what we have to do. Any problem will come, how we can face. That is why here we are, how we are using for the these two. The important for the our limbic brain, our prefrontal cortex. Because when you are reacting for the our situation, automatically the amygdala reactant we are getting for the emotional trigger, so we get the problem. So again we are going for the this cycle loop, then automatically the cortisol will be increased. So that is why we are getting the problem a lot of things. But our yoga says don't react. You have to respond. When respond, automatically we are involving for the prefrontal cortex. When the prefrontal cortex involved, automatically we have the time for the decision making. So we can able to write decision for that one. Because when the emotion is dominant, intelligence will be suppressed. That's why how we are using the this limbic brain and prefrontal cortex. So that's why here the mindfulness practices helping. Even the pranayama, even the meditation, even the reading the Vedanta, it helping that one. Because these are the things for the developing for the our self-esteem. when he developing the self-esteem, most of the problem for the identification. The people try to change, they want change their habit because habit only change if you change the identification. That's why yoga says yoga means the union between the soul and supreme soul. How we can connect, or how we are realized we are the child of the God when identity change. That's why Swami Vivekananda says the main purpose of yoga manifest the divinity. So we are identity. We when we feel that we are in the divine, we are the child of the God. When we change the identity, so automatically habit will follow. We are not fight with the not necessary fight with our samskara or vasanas or habit. So habit only follow when the identify change. When the I am change, automatically my habit or change. So that's why yoga again says we have to listen, understand, and we have to listen our philosophy. We think about the philosophy. We have to merge with that philosophy. That's why Saravana, Manana, and Nididhyas. When what we listen, we have to think. Nowadays, we are not have the time to think for the in the philosophy. We are thinking only for the Vishaya. That's why Astavakra says, when you thinking about the Vishaya, it became a Visha. So the whole day we are only drinking the poison because we thinking for the worldly problem only. So automatically that time our neurobiochemical producing the destroying chemicals. That's why yoga says you have to think about the self. You have to think about the God or divine, what you are accepting the things. When you think only, you can get the good neurochemicals. Because now science accept we can modify the any age our brain. That is they call it neuroplasticity. Now also you can able to change for the your brain shape and so when we are repeated the practice, the Patanjali says abhyasa. The consistent practice it make the myelinated because then only the neuron, the protein layer forming that will make a permanent. That's why normally yoga says anything if you perform minimum 21 days or 48 days you have to do for that continually. Then only the we are physiologically we are adapting for that habit. That's why if you want change, these are the things. If you want for the healthy aging without any Alzheimer or schizophrenia or Parkinson, so we have to practice for the our what the Patanjali says. Patanjali not only given for the Ashtanga Yoga, he given the Kriya Yoga. How we have to do for the regularly, what do for the in while karma. How we can intensely with valuable or suppose if you are today is the last day mean how you are best to do your karma. Maybe making the coffee or cleaning the room. Like that, if you have the with love and with interest, if you do that karma, that is called tapash, that intense effort for the anything. The second is a more important, how we are given for that karma, it helping for the our own self and others. Okay, so that is a important for that. That is a how we can understand. That's why he says for the swadhyaya. Everything nowadays they call the lifestyle. Lifestyle mean nothing but which one we are getting because due to the our action only. Okay, so that's why Patanjali given. You have to often you have to check your mind. Okay, which one seed of the everything because what you see in the 3D world, in the three dimension, what we see everything, it's created by our mind only. So that's why when you have to create thought, you have to check it. When you are speaking some words, you have to check it. It will give the harmful for you or others. Okay, that is a more important. When you perform the any action, that also you have to check it. It will give the something happiness for others. This otherwise you give the happiness for your own self. Then last is given for the surrender to yoga. There is a application for the daily life, Patanjali Yoga they given. After that, he given for the 8 limbs of yoga for that one. First for the ethics, how you can live in the society. So how we have to live in the self. So where we have to attach. That's why first he given for the Swacha. People are nowadays they're thinking for the their Swacha means the purity. Normally the purity is the show for the lotus and all. So we have to attach with our self practice sadhana, and we have to detach for the what you are using the instrument. Nowadays, the people are opposite because they are wake up with the instrument. Okay, they are living with the instrument. Even the bathroom also they are using the instrument mobile. Even the sleep also along with the mobile they are doing. Okay, even the people are also not attached nowadays. So we are attached with nowadays in the only for the mobile. So that's a Saucha mean first you have to detach. You are detached, you are pure only. So then automatically you get the contentment. So that's why Patanjali second the given for the happiness. Then only we can able to do for anything for the best. Tapash we can able to do. Then only we can analyze the self. Then automatically we can surrender. So then after that Patanjali given asanas, pranayama, pratyahara, everyone know that one. So if you perform for the this or the Raja Yoga, you can easily mastery over the mind, mastery over the life. So automatically when we are the mastery, automatically we can easily for the celebrate our daily life, even the any age. So the purpose of life is a Patanjali given. Yoga is mainly for realize ourselves, Sachit Ananda. We have to enjoy our life for the any situation. That is why yoga is a more important. That is the reason he given for the Chitta Vritti Nirodha. We have to mastery over the consciousness function. Vritti means function. So our mind given for the doing for the five function. One is a pramana, second one is kriya, vikalpa. Because today is a more problem. Which one is creating the more thing? Our assumption, our imagination. So we are assume or imagine something, okay, negatively. So if it happen, why it happened? We are asking the question. So before that, we only the assume that one. That's why we have to for the mastery over our imagination, mastery over the even the sleep, because the 90% of this is due to the improper sleep only. Maybe we are not getting for the quality of sleep. Maybe we are not going for the right time for the sleep. Then more important, which you are remembering the whole day, the memory. Okay. So if you are which you are remembering, that is a only matter of you. Okay. So what you are mean, what you are remembering, how you are remembering about yourself. So what you are repeating going for the inside your mind, because the problem is like holding the pen only. The holding pen easy only. Okay. This pen is like a problem. But how many hours you are holding? That only making stress. Here the pen weight won't increase. If I hold it 1 hour, I feel the pain in my fingers. If we hold the 2 hours, I feel the pain in our arms. If we holding for the 1 day, automatically get the problem in the nervous. Like that, in the world, the problem won't come further in the world. But if we have the problem in, we have to weaken the mind. That's why how we can strengthen the mind. The yoga is helping that way. So that's why Manushi instead of yoga last 100 days we are celebrating further this Manushi instead of yoga. This yoga day 12th day. Daily one person they given for the 30 minutes for the expert for there in the yoga field. They talking for that one. So we are conclude that one. Last 2 days, around more than 60 article the present for this conference for the related to yoga and research PhD scholar or MSc researcher and our IIT students. So that is there your Manushi Yoga. Today we are going to celebrate for the first we are inaugurating the welcome address for Swamiji. Then after that we are releasing for the Yoga Day song. Then so chief guest Ashok Mosha, we are welcome for the everyone. Thank you, thank you.